Tom Nicholson writes, "Greetings from England. Love the show. I watch it every day. With the recent news of Spider-Man joining the MCU, I have heard various discussions over which incarnation of Spider-Man Marvel will pick, either Miles or Peter. My question is, do you think Marvel would ever cast a black Peter Parker?"
This gets into an issue that we do talk about sometimes. It's an interesting spin on the question. You know, there have been a lot of questions going around about should they do Miles Morales. I think the producers and stuff in Spider-Man and the studios have said Spider-Man's Peter Parker, and I think they're going to stick with that. That doesn't say they will never do Miles Morales. I don't think they will in the near future, but hey, it could happen. Absolutely, it could. But I would bet against it personally. When it gets into the issues, though, about changing gender or changing race or whatever certain characters. To me, my position has always been, we'll get into how this affects Spider-Man, but my position has always been, look, as long as it doesn't, quite often, a character's core key elements about what makes them who they are has nothing to do with their race. Sometimes it does. Like, for instance, you can't take Chiwetel Ejiofor's character from 12 Years a Slave and make him, a dude from the Philippines. You just can't do it. You can't make him a white dude, whatever, because that goes against a very core essential nature of who that character is in relation to the story they're in, right? But like Kingpin from Daredevil, whether Kingpin was white or black was completely irrelevant to the character. And I'm going to say this. I have no problem with them giving us a black Peter Parker. Because what are the core essential elements of who Peter Parker is? He's this socially awkward, nerdy, enthusiastic, loyal, faithful kid with big ambitions, but a small body and all that kind of stuff. You describe that. It doesn't matter if he's black, and it does not matter if he's white. So going back to my old mantra about what races play which character stuff, that I don't care. Now there's an exception. There are exceptions to every rule, absolutely. For me, like an exception was Tonto. I can only think of one truly iconic Native American character in Hollywood, big or small screen, and that's Tonto. One! And you give that character to a white dude. That one I had a problem with, so there's an exception for every rule, but for the most part I don't care. In a situation of Spider-Man, look, I don't think they're going to do it, but I wouldn't fall over of shock if we ended up with a black Peter Parker, and I for one, would not have any problem with it. I'd be perfectly fine with it as long as they portray Peter Parker as Peter Parker, then I'm good with it. Anyway, Schnepp, what do you think?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either. I mean, I think it'd be cool to, if they're going to reboot Spider-Man like they are into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to stick with Peter Parker and then introduce Miles Morales later after you've got 3 Spider-Mans under your belt. Don't do the Aunt May movie. Do the spectacular Spider-Man.
You shut your stinking mouth.
I know, I'm secretly working on it. This is deflection. Yeah, I would do the spectacular Spider-Man, a web of Spider-Man. Just call it the different trilogy and give it to a different guy. I think that would be great.
Christian?
I agree with all your points. So I don't think that would happen because of the Miles Morales angle. And there's a lot of different ways you could do it. Because I actually think that you might lose an opportunity unless you made Peter Parker black and then Miles Morales also black too. No, but you could make them both. I mean, but if you wanted to, what you could do, there's two options. One, what Schnepp just said, that I actually do think that they're going to do. I think that they're going to have Peter Parker introduced, whether it be in Civil War or whatnot, and you'll have that character for a few different movies, and then Miles Morales will take up the mantle 5, 10 years from now. Who knows? The other option, crazy one out there, that could maybe they introduce Spider-Man, Peter Parker, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then the standalone movie is Miles Morales, and then you could have those guys meet up because they met up in the comics once or twice. Is it a far-fetched idea? Yes. But could it happen?
I disagree. I don't think it's far-fetched. I was suggesting the same thing. Have Spider-Man and then have the other Spider-Man in the same universe. You can have multiple Spider-Man.
What a way to do the standalone movie for Sony, because if you announce Miles Morales as the standalone, that's what's that? But Peter Parker's over there. Exactly. Find out. It's a big move.
See, to me though, I think this goes back to the old thing. That sounds cool to guys who have a history and are rooted in the comic book stuff like that. But I think if we go to our local AMC theater and canvas 200 people coming out there saying, "Hey, do you know who Wilson Morales is?" Or, I keep saying Wilson Morales because he's my buddy in New York. Sorry. Do you know who Miles Morales is? I think I'd be safe in saying 99 out of 100. I'm going to say no idea.
I think you're absolutely right. Because I asked my wife the other day. I wanted to do a test, and I said, "Honey, who's Miles Morales?" She goes, "Who?" And I go, "Who's Peter Parker?" It's just Spider-Man. My wife does not even like genre films, and she just knew it right away. So, But
There would be challenges, but it's not impossible.
Right.
But there would be challenges.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.